What's going on YouTube? It's Breyfunk here again. I have another roster prediction video. This roster is a bit on the large side. It's got 66 character slots on it, and some of these characters are dual characters, some of them are transforming characters, so there's going to be quite a few characters on this list. The reason I think 66 is a possibility is that I think what they're going to do is they're going to expand on the rosters. At current, they're going to expand on their big name franchises. They're going to add some characters, to the bigger franchises that they have. I do think there are going to be about 6 cuts, and I've gone over them before, so I've cut them out of this particular roster. But without further ado, let's bring this up, and I'm going to go over it. Okay, at the very start, you see, the top 4. I'm going to go column by column. I'm going to do the first 2 columns together. I've got Mario and Luigi side by side in the first row. We know they'll be here. We got Peach and Bowser as the second 2. We know they'll be in. Peach isn't confirmed yet, but Peach will be back. Just trust me. Next, we've got Toad. Toad's a new character to my rosters, and I, at first, didn't think Toad had much of a chance. He is one of Peach's moves. And he is just a Toad, but with the new Super Mario Brothers series of games, Toad has really come into his own. So you've got just a ton of new Super Mario Brothers games that you could pull moves from. Because Mario's kind of already set. He's got Flood, and he's got his cape. You're really not going to be able to change what Mario does that much, but you could introduce Toad as a new character, and be able to gain all of these cool new powers that we've seen in the new Super Mario games. That's where I think Toad can come in. You got Bowser Jr. plus Shadow Mario sitting there, repping, and then, so basically those 6 characters are my Mario reps, and maybe I should have just had them as their own column, but whatever. Next, I've got Yoshi. Because he is the original 12. I don't think we'll see him cut at all. I have the icon for Boshi. I don't think it's going to be Boshi, but there is a new, basically Yarn Yoshi game coming out, and Yoshi supposedly has a new ally in that game. I think that new ally is going to be the second Yoshi rep, because I've always wanted to see another Yoshi character in this. So Boshi's a placeholder icon for whoever is the new character from the new Yarn Yoshi. Directly below that, I've got Wario, because Wario was a cool new character. To his right, I've got Cat Nana. I've talked about them before. I know Sakurai said he's been having problems with double characters, but I think he's going to get past those, because there's a lot of potential for double characters. If he doesn't want to do a double character there, I think, maybe he could go with Ashley or Mona or, Orbulon or anybody, but Cat and Nana are my personal choice for who I would pick from that series. Next, now my bottom row is kind of random. In fact, I'm going to go on the bottom row entirely. Well, no, I can't really. So anyway, I guess I'll do the bottom 2 slots. I've got the me on the left and the bottom, and I apologize for the ramble there, but I got the me on the bottom on the left, and I got Sonic down below Cat and Nana, because I'm almost certain Sonic will be back. Just period. So up next, we've got the Legend of Zelda column. We've got Link. We've got Zelda and Sheik combo. I've talked about them splitting off into Impa before, but I think we've got so much history with Zelda and Sheik as a unit in Smash that we'll keep it that way. You got Ganondorf right below them. Those are the 3 classic. Those are the 3 that I think are going to stay. 2 new characters for Zelda. Girahim, I've gone over them a lot, several times. A lot of people think he's going to be in, and if he's going to get in Smash, now is the time. Later is not a good time. It is now. And next would kind of be a retro character at this point, and that would be Masked Link from Majora's Mask. I know a lot of people want to see Skull Kid, but I think Masked Link would be a better way to rep Majora's Mask, and would be kind of cool because while it's Link, it's not Link. You're a Goron, you're a Zora, you're a... shit, I forgot. But you're a Deku scrub. You've got all these different powers that you can switch before, so that's my that's my second, transformation character, and I think it would be kind of cool. So, below that, you got Mega Man, since he's confirmed. Next, we've got two Metroid characters, because I do think it's time to see another Metroid character. You've got Samus, the heroine, and Ridley, the villain. So there it is. Next is Earthbound, and yes, I gave Earthbound 3 slots, and they all come from Mother 2, which is Earthbound in the States. Why? Because Sakurai said he wants to balance the East versus West thing. He doesn't want to have, a ton of characters that are only known in one region. He will have some characters that are primarily from one region, and I do have some characters on this list that are primarily only for a certain area. But Earthbound or Mother 2, whichever you want to call it, is the kind of the bridge in that gap. And I've got Ness, the hero, Paula, the heroine, Porky, the villain. Porky because he does rep both Mother 2 and Mother 3. Ness and Paula because they're, Ness because he's the classic character, he's the classic Smash Bros. Character. Paula because she can basically pick up a lot of what Lucas did. Ness could be altered. His up special could, instead of being PK Thunder, he could sort of do like a PK teleport type deal, and I've always thought they should do that with Ness, but excuse me, but they haven't. So I want them to make Ness is like diversify Ness, give him his own moves, give him PK teleport, give him PK rockin', give his down special could be kind of like a shield, kind of like Pit, does, just to reflect, physical damage, maybe not projectiles, because that's what he does in Earthbound. Paula can basically just become Lucas at that point. And then, Ness can keep PK Fire just because, I guess. Ness's ultimate should be PK Rockin'. I don't know what I'd do for Paula, but there they are. Porky, of course, he would fight in his, Spider Mech. Pac-Man I've got down below because I do think Namco should get a rep, and it should be Pac-Man. Up next, we've got Kid Icarus, and I am again going to go with the heroine, villain. I've got Pit, Palutena, Hades. Pit, we know he's back. Palutena is the obvious choice. Hades is another cool villain that they could include in the series. So, moving down, I've got Captain Olimar, who we know is coming back. I think he'll be the only Pikmin rep, because I don't think you can make multiple Pikmin characters without them being clones. I just don't. Shulk down below that, because Xenoblade, apparently was great. I wish I had enough money to buy it, but, I have no doubt that we'll see Shulk. Down below that, Simon Belmont as the Konami rep, because Konami has been, fantastic with Nintendo, and Simon has a lot of history on Nintendo. Plus, as I've said many times before, he completes the N-Team, so I'd like to see that. Up next, we've got Kirby, King Dedede, Meta Knight. 3 very unique characters. None of those will get cut because, again, I don't think they're going to cut any unique character at all. Waddle Dee down below that because he has kind of come into his own. He's more than just a random villain now. And I think a controllable Waddle Dee could have his own moves and be very cool. We got the Captain down below that. I don't see any need for more than one F-Zero rep, so just Captain Falcon. Got Rayman down below. He's my last third-party character on this particular roster. He's repping Ubisoft because I think Ubisoft deserves, with all of what they've done for Nintendo, Ubisoft deserves to have somebody in Smash Bros. Kind of as a reward, and Rayman would be, the obvious character. Up next, we've got the Star Fox characters. I've gone over this before. Fox, the hero, Crystal, the heroine, Wolf, the villain. I can see Falco being in instead of Wolf. I could see Falco just being in general, but I just don't know. I don't see Fox, Falco, and Wolf all coming back. And between Falco and Wolf, I'd rather have Wolf just because I think he's a much more developed character. I really. I like Wolf. I think he's got one of the best theme songs in all of Nintendo-dom. So, for those all reasons, I think it's going to be Wolf. We've got Wii Fit Trainer down below, because it had to be somewhere on my roster. We've got Dylan from Dylan and the Rolling Western. I've read a lot about this character. I think he's got a good chance of being in. He is a unique IP, for Nintendo, so, I support him. Next, we've got Isaac from Golden Sun. Talked about him. He's really cool. Sword sorcery kind of deal. It'd be fun to have. Up next, we've got your Donkey Kong characters. We got Donkey, we got Diddy, we got Dixie. I think all three of those, because of Tropical Freeze, will be in. And we've got the fan requested character King K. Rool, because he is classic. Those four, and I could see all four of those. They all deserve to be in Smash Bros. So let's see him in. Captain Rainbow below that, repping the East, because Captain Rainbow was, it's not even popular, but Sakurai kind of likes to have those WTF characters, so there it is. Andy from the Wars series, he could do a lot of cool stuff. His series was an assist trophy. I don't know exactly what he'd do. I'm not a huge fan of Wars, but I know a lot of people are, so I'd kind of like to see him there. And he's one of those characters I could take or leave, but it's not something I'm so adamant about that I'm gonna be like, no, it can't be in. Like, there's no character that I just hate to the point that I don't want them to be in, like, ever. So up next, Fire Emblem, you've got your hero, Chrom, you've got your heroine, Lyn, and, those, like, Chrom will be in, Lyn or Lucina, one of those two will be in, I feel. And then, if you're a fan of Ike, then Marth is a villain to you, because Marth will be in over Ike. Like, it's just going to happen. Deal with it. I know Ike is a very popular character in Brawl, but, I don't, again, Chrom, Lyn, or, her name slipped out of my mind, and then Marth, like, it's those three, that's what it's going to be, like, and there's not much else you can say. Villager down below that, because I think Villager is a cool character, he should be in. Next we got my Punch-Out reps. I got Little Mac and King Hippo. I think Punch-Out sold well enough when they re-released it that it is deserving of two representatives. There they both are. Next up we got Retro, and this is an entire line of Retro characters. First off, Mr. Game & Watch, Ice Climbers, and Rob. All three, I see no reason for them to be gone. In fact, Sakurai mentioned as such that he's already working on the Ice Climbers, trying to get them to work, so, once he gets that figured out, then, like I said, the floodgates are open. Down below that, Takamaru. Very popular East-based character that I'd like to see. He got the Nintendo Land representation. And, I think Nintendo is kind of starting to realize that Westerners like to find games like Takamaru's game and, sort of import them or fan translate them, so possibly we could see his game on Virtual Console. Like, I'm just hoping. And if I'm a noob and it already is on Virtual Console, let me know. Anyway, below that, Lolo and Lala, because we've already had Wii Fit Trainer revealed, we kind of need a WTF character, I think. Lolo and Lala would be a good choice for that. They've got a lot of different stuff. There was the 3 Lolo games, on the NES, plus their appearance in the Kirby franchise. That could be, their entrance, to the series. There's a few things they could, a few different things they could do. You'd have to make a moveset for them, but, Sakurai could do that. So there they are. Mike Jones from Star Tropics, because if I'm gonna request any character that's not completely obvious, it's gonna have to be Mike Jones. Up next, we got Pikachu. We know he's back. Pokemon Trainer. I've mentioned, Gen 1 being what everybody knows. I think that's where we would see Pokemon Trainer. Jigglypuff, because Jigglypuff's been in Smash Bros. Since the beginning, and she has the new typing in 6th Gen, so we'd like to see that. Mewtwo, of course, because Mewtwo is a big 6th Gen rep. Zoroark for a 5th Gen rep, and I end my list with Ditto as the random box. And that's why Pokemon is all the way to the right. So, there you have it, 66 characters, and all of them, maybe my Earthbound reps I kind of overdid it on, but I think all of them, you could look at it and say, yeah, I see it. So, that's my newest roster. Of course, there are characters on here that I'd love to see. I'd love to see Dr. Mario make a comeback. I'm a huge Geno fan. I want to see Geno in. Maybe, if you wanted, say, cut King Hippo, put in Geno, but this is kind of where I'm at right now on my roster. Only other things I could see would be like Disney Interactive getting a rep. I could see Warner Brothers Interactive getting a rep. Other than that, though, this is pretty much what I think would be one of the best rosters possible. I know it's on the large side, but I think we're going to get a roster on the large side. All those comments Sakurai said about trying to keep the roster down like in a reasonable size, that was a long time ago, and now he's come back and he said, I want to include as many characters as I possibly can. So this is where I think we're going to be. In total, 6 Mario reps, 2 Yoshi reps, 2 Wario reps, 5 third-party characters, 5 Zelda reps, 2 Metroid reps, 3 Earthbound reps, 3 Kid Icarus, Pikmin, Xenoblade Chronicles, 1 each, 4 Kirby reps, 1 rep from F-Zero, 3 Star Fox, 1 Wii Fit, 1 Dylan, 1 Golden Sun, 4 Donkey Kong, 1 Captain Rainbow, 1 Wars, 3 Fire Emblem, and then you've got your 1 Animal Crossing, your 2 Punch-Out, 6 retro characters, and 6 Pokemon. There's where I think our roster may wind up. Let me know what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe as always. That's how how I know that you liked my video is that you commented on it or you subscribed to me. So let me know what you think. And again, thank you very much for watching. This is Breyfunk signing out.